So we were talking about cross-cultural strategies.
Yeah.
Um, from a social commerce point of view, from a marketing point of view. I've seen some videos Starbucks published a while ago, and it was quite interesting. They actually do a lot of research about how the architectural style is in the country they're going to open a new store,
Yeah.
and they actually blend in totally, and they have this neat design department where they study these things, and they actually open stores that aren't the same across countries. They're personalized, and they totally blend in with the buildings they have
Mm.
around them. I think that's pretty cool. Do you think that's important from a customer point of view? To have a big brand that actually comes to your home and dresses the way you dress, in a way.
No, I think it's overstated. I think it is important, but I think it's also overstated. I think some of the reason why people like brands that are not homegrown is that they are different, and so the difference is actually what makes them appealing. If they trying to make Starbucks into Italian coffee just isn't going to work because it isn't. So I think Starbucks is Starbucks, and it should just be Starbucks. There's also with the web now. My personal view is that rather than sort of the HSBC think global, act local, I think it's think global, act global. People are the same. There is, what psychologists call the psychic unity of humankind, that people are essentially all the same, that we are the same, we share the same thoughts, the same sentiments. There's difference, there's diversity, but what the challenge is for find what's common, what binds humans together, what binds consumers together, and work with that. Find the points of where you can think global and act global. It's when you can think global and act global, then you've got scale like you've got never before. So I think whilst yes, it is necessary to look at how things are different, and in social commerce, the way that we advise people to deploy social commerce is to take a lead approach, where you first of all listen to your customers, find out what they want, the L, then you experiment to see whether what they want, whether they really do want it, you adapt based on what's worked, and then finally you develop that into your long-term strategy. So it's actually you develop in the market. So I think yes, there are different ways of doing things in different culturally sensitive, but the big win comes is when you can identify universals, human universals, and build off human universals.
I think that's a topic that has been developed especially by people who are in neuromarketing, which base
Yeah.
their research exactly on that, the way we are all equal and the way every human being functions, because our brains are all the same, as you
Mhm.
said earlier. Um, so I think that's kind of an interesting thing, to combine neuromarketing with the um, the awareness that there are cultural differences,
Mm.
and combine these two aspects in some way that can make things work in different countries and different cultures. So I was going to ask you if you believe that regarding social commerce, there is one universal recipe that companies might adopt, and that's going to work for everything everywhere. But I think that's not the case.
I don't know, because you don't know. I mean, it's the black swan argument. You don't know that there's black swans exist till you see them. So I think there's a what we know about how social commerce is working is that by treating your fans best by giving them fan first exclusives. So making your products, such as Chanel does when it launches new product, it allows its fans to get its hands on the products before anybody else. That's universal because people like to be treated well, be actually being treated preferentially, given VIP treatment. So being nice to your best customers, I think that is universal. And to the extent that social commerce allows you to be good to your best customers, to create smiles. And I think smiles are a universal human trait. The business of social commerce is not about trying to generate sales. It should be about generating smiles, and smiles amongst your best customers. So, and by getting your product into your hands of your best customers, your fans, your Facebook fans first, or by giving them fan first exclusives or fan only exclusives, such as Warner Brothers does, for example, it creates special DVDs, Blu-ray DVDs just for fans. That it makes available on Facebook fan page. I think that's a universal trait, and I think that, for me, that would be the recipe for success. How can we create smiles? And we know how to create smiles is by giving people exceeds their expectations, and we know the people who to do that to, best of all, is not people who switch or promotional junkies who go from brand to brand, but your brand fans. So making your brand fans smile through social commerce, I think, is a universal strategy that could work.
So transforming your fans into apostles, actually, people who bring your brand to their friends and they talk about you.
Yeah, if you like the religious language of apostles and evangelists, it's exactly that. No, sure. But I mean, yeah, you're right. It's turning fans into advocates and paying into loyal. Anybody can press a like button, but a like button is worthless to a brand or a retailer. What is worthwhile are two things. One is their money when they buy, and secondly is their advocacy that brings in new customers, so their referral value and their spending value. And to the degree that social commerce can increase the customer lifetime value, the amount you're going to spend on a brand, it can do that. It's a good thing. And to the degree that it can increase the referral value, the amount you advocate it to your friends to bring in new customers, then it's a good thing. Okay,
so what do you believe about crowdsourcing?
The biggest and best television franchise that we've ever known, the whole Idol franchise, is based on crowdsourcing. And what is crowdsourcing? It's basically taking a job that was done internally and outsourcing it to an undefined group of people, usually using the internet. So allowing for people like, for example, Threadless, who are a t-shirt company, sell t-shirts online. They're design contests online that people can suggest their own designs, people vote on the designs, the winning design goes into production, people can buy it. It's the only apparel retailer online that systematically sells out of everything it's done. Pop Idol, the whole Idol franchise, does the same thing. People participate. It's participatory digital culture where people actually participate in voting for who's going to win. So what do I think about it? I think it's an incredibly powerful tool. The challenge is managing it over long term. We've seen what's happened with the so-called Arab Spring risings, where the crowd has used the internet to come together to overthrow regimes, but it's looking slightly less effective today at actually working out how a new democracy is going to function. Similar with Obama, it coalesced. The crowd came together. You had crowd power that sourced this massive movement that brought Obama on a wave into power. But then, how have they used crowdsourcing? Helped Obama be a better president, and has he become a better president because of it? So I think it's incredibly powerful, but it's really difficult to tame and really difficult to use. There's a very small number of companies and that have managed to harness the potential of crowdsourcing in the way that the Pop Idol franchise has done for television.